and welcome to Shut the Puck Up. Let's get right into this. Starting with the Rangers, and we're going to cover Frozen Frenzy in a little bit. Part of that was the Rangers game against the Canadiens, which was 7-2, which was a crazy game. I don't know if you saw the beginning of it, the first half.
I missed the first period.
First off, within the first, not even full minute, it's like 57 seconds, Mika Zibanejad gets a goal. And then after that, it's 3 more in 10 minutes. In the first 10 minutes of the first period, the Canadiens have pulled their goaltender and switched to their backup.
And he proceeds to let in 3 more.
Yeah, 3 more goals. They didn't empty net. I mean, there was no point in doing that. That team was just not that great. I think even there's an interview with Martin St. Louis, their coach, after that, and he was like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard when they bury 4 in you in the first 10 minutes to come back.
Yeah, Nick Suzuki's second goal, that was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, Suzuki got the only 2 goals for the Canadiens.
The second one was a highlight reel goal, and that was the only Canadiens highlight of the game.
You know, they were good. And then one thing with us, with the Rangers, our goal scorers were all people that do not normally score. Like, Ketel almost got a hat trick, which is just something. He's been out for so long, and now he's back, and this is his first month of play?
Yeah, no, I think he's really good.
I think he is, too. But I feel like a lot of our goals came from, like, the 3rd and 4th line. Kako, I think he did get one. And
he got one in, like, the last minute of the game.
Yeah, he was getting close to another one, I felt like. He had some good chances. Brzezinski got his first goal. I mean, just... And didn't you say that you heard that the Canadiens had a good goalie tandem before this?
I was seeing before the year that the Canadiens had a really good goalie tandem, like surprisingly underrated. I forget, Maltenbaum is the first guy.
Some French guy.
They're both French, and they cannot play the Rangers.
Yeah, apparently, maybe it was just the teams they were going up against that they were good. I mean, that, and then we had Trouba's hit, which is kind of controversial. He got away with it.
No elbow this time.
Yeah.
Took someone else's head off, but no elbow.
It was very close to the elbow, though. It was very close, but he managed to keep it clean. Do we want to see him do that more? Would you rather him not take the risk at all?
I admire the fact that he goes out there looking to decapitate somebody. It's a gamble, and no one likes him for it. It's getting kind of annoying that he does it, but I admire the fact that he's done it. And he didn't do it before. Just the last couple of years he decided.
Just the last couple of years he decided, you know what? Could have tried to, like, kill players.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, flat on the ice.
And he's not going for stars. He's going for nobodies most of the time. Yeah,
and it's not. There was no need to do that either.
No.
We were up by, 4, 5? Like, there was no need for him to do that. And I think Igor has it covered.
Yeah, I think it's not like a Matt Rempe situation where he's too tall, because Jacob Trouba's not that tall.
No.
It's just he goes in fast and he goes high. I complain about when Tom Wilson does it.
Yeah.
And then I don't really when Trouba does it. So I guess that's a little hypocritical, but you shouldn't be doing it regardless. I think he should have gotten fined, though. They didn't fine him. No punishment.
They didn't anything. I mean, we'll see. I think if he tries to make another hit like that, if he keeps trying that, he's going to get caught eventually. I mean, obviously he's been caught in the past. He's going to get hit hard again.
When your captain goes out and tries to headhunt, I don't know if that's a good look for the team.
No, I'm not sure. We talked about them playing Utah the last time when we had filmed it. They didn't play that game yet, and we were like, oh, this is going to be an easy win for them. It was not, and Utah kept a bit of a winning streak for a little bit until Jersey finally took them down.
My prediction of them being a sneaky playoff team is holding up well so far to start the year.
I mean, they had a very strong start, and then now they've lost a couple. I don't remember the other team that took them out. But that was good. But then we bounced back from that. We beat the Red Wings twice, and we beat the Maple Leafs. And with Igor, he's been great. He hasn't let in more than 2 goals in the past 4 games. Meanwhile, we had 7 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals. Like, Igor has really been doing great. And one game was quick and net, too. So he also has been holding it down well.
Yeah, like if you look at the plus-minus leaders, it's filled up with Rangers just because how historic that offense has been. And Igor.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like the defense was pretty good, though, the last game. I think they were.
Yeah, they got Lindgren back.
Lindgren was very good. Yeah, he came back. He had the bubble on. But They didn't put him back in his regular line, though.
He's definitely the best defensive defenseman the Rangers have. They were talking about it just to spread out the defense, so it's not so top-heavy.
Yeah, because who was he with normally? Was it Fox?
He was with Fox before.
And then Miller's with Fox now.
Yeah.
Which I think Miller's a great player, so I think we'll have to see how that works out. I mean, they can always switch back, but I think Lindgren was very good, and yeah, he came in very strong into that game. We had Frozen Frenzy this week, which is, for those who don't know, when all of the NHL teams play on the same night, which is insane. There were 98 goals scored in total among all of these teams. Could have been 100, but a couple teams actually got shut out. The Islanders being one. The Islanders game is crazy funny because it is Islanders shot 30 times, couldn't get a goal. The Red Wings shot 10 times and won. Off of 10 shots alone.
That just happens sometimes. It's not explainable, but it happens. Well, it's unfortunate for the Islanders.
It's unfortunate. You're layering these shots in, apparently, and you can't get anything through.
Yeah, and it's not like the Red Wings have a great goalie either.
No.
They just decided for whatever reason he was going to become God.
And that's always what happens, and that's what happened with Nashville, too, who went on the biggest losing streak. They lost all of their first, 4 or 5 games in a row, and then their first win is a 4-0 shutout against the Bruins.
Jussi Saros is really good, but it's surprising that it took them that long to get their first win.
It took them a while, and for the amount of money that this team spent,
they had a really big offseason.
A really big offseason with Stamkos and Marchessault, $8 million and $5 million, and they have not been putting up points. You have Marchessault coming from Vegas, who obviously just won the Cup. Stamkos was part of Tampa, who won the Cup 2 years in a row. He was the captain of that team.
It's like the franchise legend in Tampa. You don't get much better than Stamkos.
Yeah, and he wanted to stay there, but they wouldn't let him. Stamkos, he's older, though. He is kind of older, and I just don't know if $8 million, I don't think it was worth it for that, for what you're getting.
No, I don't think it's a particularly long contract. I can't remember how long it was. But no points, that's a little concerning.
Yeah, no. I mean, seems like everybody on that team is struggling. Maybe they'll turn it around, but they spent, $8 million and $5 million this season, barely do anything. I don't know what Winnipeg did this offseason, but they are off to a great start this season. They are the last team to be undefeated.
They paid their goalie. Connor Hellebuck is really good. And yeah, I don't know, Winnipeg, if they did anything, it went really under the radar. I remember them swapping prospects with Pittsburgh, but that's about all I saw from them.
Yeah, they're undefeated so far, but also I looked more into that. The teams that they're going up against are also not the greatest. There's the Oilers, obviously, which is the main playoff team, so you would think they'd be good. But then the other teams are the Blackhawks, the Wild, the Sharks, the Penguins, the Blues, and the Blackhawks, the Sharks, the Wild. These are teams that just are never in the playoffs.
The Sharks still haven't won yet.
Yeah, so it's very easy to be like, oh my God, wow, they're on a winning streak. But I feel like once they encounter a real team, they're not going to keep that streak.
Yeah, it's a long season. They only won by 1 against the Blues, it looks like.
Yeah. Blues game was close. I know the Oilers game was actually, I think it was a shutout, and they won by a decent amount, which is crazy. But Edmonton has just not been doing well.
It happened last year. I remember they went off to that really slow start, and they fired their coach. And when they rehired the coach, they went on that tear all the way to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. But Zach Hyman has no points. He scored 50 goals last year. Nugent Hopkins has been pretty dead too. There's just no production offensively.
Their main players are just not showing out. Yeah, so, I mean, what are you going to do, fire the coach? Fire the coach and then do this whole thing again?
I doubt that's the reason. I think he's a good coach.
I don't know. They got to get some things straightened out.
It's still early.
Yeah. Florida, from what I've seen, they've had a pretty good season so far. They've had a pretty average season, it looks like. 4 wins, 3 losses. Not terrible for them. We still don't have a regulation loss. The Rangers don't have a regulation loss. We have that one overtime loss from Utah, which is such a shame. But now we'll be taking on Florida tonight, as of when this is being filmed, not when this will be uploaded. But that is going to be a little tricky of a game because I feel like they're going to come in with a little more fire because they lost to the Wild, which is just not the greatest team. I feel like you shouldn't have lost that, and you're the Stanley Cup champions now, and they're going to try to hold that.
Yeah, it'll be a good one, I think.
I think this is going to be the most challenging game that the Rangers have faced yet.
It'll be hard to say who wins that. They're both really good.
Yeah, because they have some amazing players. We have some amazing players. But I think both of them kind of want redemption. And I guess we'll see later. You'll know before us. But I think we're going to call it there. Thank you for watching. This has been Shut the Puck Up, and have a good one.
The waiting is over. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions. And this one will last a lifetime. No more curses. This is unbelievable. These people have waited a long time.